pizza hurtles through the air, splattering against the face of the most successful manager in Premier League history. This isn't fiction, it's a defining moment in one of football's greatest managerial rivalries. From unexpected food fights to intense tactical battles, this rivalry shaped an era of English football. Two innovative minds engaged in psychological warfare, pushing boundaries and each other to new heights. Their confrontations produced shocking moments that still resonate with fans today. This is the story of how competition at the highest level transformed not just two managers, but the game itself. The arrival of Arsene Wenger at Arsenal in 1996 marked a significant shift in English football. While Sir Alex Ferguson had established Manchester United as the dominant force in the Premier League, Wenger's appointment set the stage for a fierce rivalry that would define an era. Ferguson's reign at United was characterised by strict discipline and exceptional man management skills. His hairdryer treatment, intense confrontations that motivated players, had transformed United into a relentless winning machine. The squad embodied Ferguson's never-say-die attitude, reflecting his results-driven approach. Wenger, though, on the other hand, brought a fresh perspective to Arsenal. He introduced new training methods focusing on diet, fitness and sports science. The Frenchman's emphasis on player development and tactical innovation contrasted sharply with Ferguson's more traditional style. Wenger banned alcohol and implemented dietary practices considered radical at the time, such as creatine supplementation. The difference in philosophies also extended to their transfer strategies. Ferguson relied on a mix of homegrown talent and established stars, while Wenger demonstrated a talent for discovering hidden gems, particularly from the French market. This divergence in approach added another layer to their growing rivalry. As Wenger began to transform Arsenal's playing style and squad, the balance of power in English football started to shift. His early signings, including Patrick Vieira and Nicolas Anelka, signalled Arsenal's intent to challenge United's supremacy. The Premier League was evolving into a more competitive landscape. The 1997-98 season proved to be a turning point. Arsenal, under Wenger's guidance, clinched the double, winning both the Premier League and the FA Cup. This achievement not only established Arsenal as a major force, but also served as a wake-up call for Ferguson and United. The stage was set for an intensification of their rivalry, a period that would produce some of the most memorable moments in Premier League history. Between 1996 and 2004, the Premier League title became a fierce battleground for Manchester United and Arsenal. The rivalry between these two football powerhouses pushed both teams to unprecedented heights, with each triumph spurring the other to greater achievements. As the on-field battles intensified, so did the psychological warfare between Ferguson and Wenger. Their press conferences became arenas for mind games, with Ferguson's intimidating presence matched by Wenger's calm resolve. Key matches during this period took on an almost mythical status, setting the stage for some of the most memorable moments in Premier League history. The intensity of these fixtures was palpable, extending beyond the managers to the players themselves. Martin Keown, a stalwart of Wenger's Arsenal, described the atmosphere during these matches as going to war. The clash between Patrick Vieira and Roy Keane became emblematic of the rivalry, their midfield battles often setting the tone for these high-stake encounters. As the rivalry reached its zenith, both managers found themselves pushing their teams to new heights. Ferguson admitted that Wenger's success forced him to re-evaluate and improve his own methods. This constant drive for improvement led to a golden era in Premier League history, with both teams producing some of the finest football that the league had ever seen. As the mid-2000s approached, the landscape of English football was continuing to shift. New challenges emerged and the financial dynamics of the game started to change. The stage was set for a new chapter in the Premier League, one that would test the adaptability of both Ferguson and Wenger in ways that they could never have anticipated. The era of their dominance was drawing to a close, but the impact of their rivalry would continue to shape the league for years to come. The 2003-2004 season saw Arsenal achieve the unthinkable, an entire Premier League campaign without a single defeat. The invincible season represented the pinnacle of Wenger's philosophy, with Arsenal amassing 90 points. Thierry Henry's 30 league goals and 10 assists embodied the attacking flair that defined Wenger's Arsenal, while the defensive solidity of Sol Campbell and Kolo Touré proved equally crucial. This period also saw some of the most iconic clashes between the two sides. The Battle of Old Trafford in September 2003 saw tempers flare, setting the stage for even more dramatic encounters. The following year, the rivalry reached new heights with Pizzagate, also known as the Battle of the Buffet. In the tunnel after a match won by United 2-0, tempers boiled over, and amid the brawl, a slice of pizza was thrown at Sir Alex Ferguson. Cesc Fabregas, then 17 years old, was later revealed as the culprit. In the wake of the event, temperatures barely cooled, and the rivalry between the two managers reached its pinnacle. But then, as Arsenal and United continued their tussle for supremacy, Roman Abramovich's acquisition of Chelsea in 2003 injected unprecedented financial power into the Premier League. This shift forced both Ferguson and Wenger to reassess their strategies, marking the end of a two-team dominance. The changing financial dynamics impacted both clubs differently, with United's commercial power allowing them to adapt more readily than Arsenal, who faced constraints due to their new stadium construction, the Emirates. Despite the intensifying competition, a mutual respect began to develop between our rivals Ferguson and Wenger. The shared challenges they faced in this new era of football brought a newfound appreciation of each other's achievements. As their careers progressed, the fierce rivalry of earlier years gave way to a more cordial relationship, mirroring the changing face of English football. The Ferguson-Wenger rivalry had left an indelible mark on the Premier League. Their innovations, tactical battles, and relentless pursuit of excellence had elevated the standard of English football. As new managers and teams rose to prominence, the legacy of this iconic rivalry continued to shape the modern game. Ferguson and Wenger's relationship had evolved from fierce rivalry to companionship, raising questions about the nature of their shared legacy. This transformation reflects the enduring impact of their rivalry on English and world football, extending far beyond their time on the touchline. In retirement, both men have remained influential figures in the sport. Ferguson has taken on consulting roles for Manchester United, while Wenger has contributed to football governance and shared his expertise in player development. Their post-retirement activities mirror the contrasting approaches that defined their rivalry: Ferguson's focus on motivation and Wenger's emphasis on tactical innovation. Their influence resonates with current top managers like Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, who have acknowledged the impact of both Ferguson and Wenger on their coaching philosophies. Guardiola in particular has noted the tactical innovations introduced by Wenger. The statistics underscore their impact. Ferguson managed Manchester United for 810 Premier League matches, winning 528 and accumulating 1,752 points, making him the most successful manager in Premier League history. Wenger revolutionised the English game by introducing sports science and focusing on player nutrition, setting new standards for fitness and preparation. The Ferguson-Wenger rivalry elevated the Premier League to new heights, pushing English football forward and setting standards of excellence that continue to influence the modern game. Their competition contributed significantly to the league's global appeal, drawing in international audiences and enhancing its popularity and competitiveness. Ferguson's legacy is often associated with his impressive trophy haul, including 13 Premier League titles, while Wenger's includes his unbeaten season and the attractive style of play known as Wengerball. Together, they represent a golden age of football management, combining tactical innovation, player development, and a relentless pursuit of excellence that continues to shape the sport today. The Ferguson-Wenger rivalry set new benchmarks for football management, pushing the Premier League to greater heights. Their distinct approaches to the game compelled both to continuously adapt and innovate. This era's influence reverberates through modern football, with top managers like Pep Guardiola drawing inspiration from their tactical innovations and management strategies. The intensity of their competition created a defining period in English football that reshaped the landscape of the sport. As we look back, we see how their rivalry exemplified the transformative power of sustained excellence, leaving the indelible mark on football that continues to shape our game today. Their legacy serves as a testament to the enduring impact of visionary leadership in sport, setting a standard that future generations of managers will aspire to emulate. Thank you for watching. For more football stories covering more than just the 90 minutes on the pitch, check out the other videos on the channel and please subscribe.